Let's react to Joel Klatt's preseason top 25, man. He put out his list, I think, earlier today. And so I haven't had a chance to look at it, except for one team that I absolutely agree with him having at the top. And so his list goes as such. 25, Utah. Hopefully Utah can have a bounce back season. Devin Dampier came down there. I'm super excited to see what they look like. Oklahoma should probably be a little higher on this list. Jaden Ott, John Mateer, Ben Arbuckle coming down as our offensive coordinator. Head over to Baylor. You already know what's going on over there. Sawyer Robertson. We talked about Washington, their running back. He's going to be good. Iowa. I think it's time for us to start thinking that Iowa may be a little bit overrated for where they're at right now. I think you could drop them in like 26, 27. I don't think Iowa should be a ranked team at this point in time. Ole Miss being there at 21. The hype, man. The hype around a lot of kids there. Lane Kiffin thought that he was going to have a good year last year with the passing of his father, with Jackson Dart. We'll see what Austin Simmons looks like. Graduated college early. We'll see what that looks like. Iowa State. It's got a lot of changes going on, especially around that wide receiving core. Losing Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel and Darian Porter and a couple other guys, right? And so Rocco Becht is the constant in Iowa State. So we'll see what they look like. I don't know how I feel about them being at 20, but we'll see. Texas Tech at 19. I'm high on Texas Tech. I actually had them as the runner-ups to the Big 12. But what's crazy is Arizona State is there at 18. I mean, I know they lost Cameron Scatterwood, but they also get that kid from, was it Navy or Army? I can't remember. The running back, Udo. Why are they so low? I think if you don't have them as your winner this year in the Big 12, you damn sure have them as your runner-up. Indiana maybe getting a little bit too hype. We all love Elijah Surratt around here, but losing Curtis Rourke, they get Fernando Mendoza over. They lost they lost CJ on that defense. They lost a couple other pieces in the transfer portal. What's his name? The running back, he doesn't have any more eligibility. I believe he's a graduate assistant there now. Wow, that's a little weird to have them so high, but I get it. I guess it's just some respect of them coming off a college football playoff. Texas A&M at 16. I think, honestly, they could be a little higher, but I like that spot for them. Kansas State, my boy Jace Brown, friend of the show. And, and the boys down there, let's see what they'll be able to do. I think if you're excited about the hype in Manhattan, I can roll with that. Florida obviously getting a lot of respect. Wide receiving core is fantastic. Lost a couple pieces on that defense. Hopefully DJ Lagway can stay healthy. I think that's a comfortable spot for them. Illinois, I agree with you, Torque. I agree with you 100%. I don't understand the hype on Illinois. I just recently, putting together the Pat Bryant film for that video. I'm not a Luke Altmaier fan. Look, I get it that people love Brett Bielema. I do too. Great coach, does everything right. But Luke Altmaier is not him. He is going to be a CFL quarterback in his future. Unless he just has some major improvement. I don't get how you can look at Luke Altmaier and be like, oh my God, he's such an amazing quarterback. He's not. He's mid. Miami, agree with that. Carson Beck obviously catapults them up to 12. South Carolina being at 11. I appreciate Joel Klatt's thoughts around that one. Michigan being at number 10. Come on, Joel. I was following you up into these two, the Illinois and the Michigan thing. I don't know. Alabama should be way higher. If his only reservation is Ty Simpson, I don't know. LSU, that's a good spot for him. Georgia getting a lot of respect. I could see them being a little lower, but I get it. Notre Dame at number 6, coming off national championship. It's who's going to be the quarterback? Wide receiving core is kind of suspect. Are you relying everything on Jeremiah Love? They lost Jack Kaiser and Xavier Watts. I think you could have dropped them a little lower, but and then not playing in the conference, I think everybody's going to have a problem with that. Oregon at number 5. Look, I think Oregon is going to be a sneaky good team. The more and more I started looking into Oregon and what Dan Lanning's trying to do, it's like if our only reservations is Dante Moore quarterback, and he's had really good quarterbacks, and Will Stein is their offensive coordinator, I think you're in a pretty good spot to be in the top 5, if not close to it. So top 5 for them. I agree with that. Clemson at number 4. I think that's a really good spot for them. Ohio State at number 3, coming off the national championship. The only thing that they really lost, damn, that's a bold statement, right? But they lost both the running backs. They lost Emeka Egbuka. They lost Lathan Ransom. They lost Cody Simon. They lost both their DNs, JT Tuimoloau and Jack Sawyer. I guess people are really high on that Caleb Downs is going to be able to carry them this season. And our boy Davison Igbinosun. And then, of course, Jeremiah Smith, right? Can Julian Sayin put it together? I don't know. Ryan Day hasn't announced a starter at quarterback yet. Well, I guess we'll see. Texas, really good spot. Love that all day, every day. Jim Knowles is not on Ohio State anymore. He's on Penn State. So they got a new defensive coordinator, and they had a new offensive coordinator because Brian Hartline is going to be the offensive coordinator this year. So they lose Chip Kelly. I don't know. That maybe could have dropped them maybe to 5. I would have probably felt more comfortable with that. But Texas being at 2, love it. Love it. Look, we're high on Arch Manning. So I think he's proved enough. That first year at that that spring game looked horrible. Second year looked great. He looked good when he came in. Oh yeah. That lost Jim Knowles. Yeah, I mean that's gonna suck. But what Ohio State lost, Penn State gained. They do get Jim Knowles. They get Andy Kotelnicki under his second year. They have the whole offensive line returning. Nicholas Singleton, Katron Allen. They bring in Kyron Hudson from USC, the kid down from Troy. They bring in Trevor Pena from Syracuse. Drew Aller. A lot of people think that he's overrated. I don't understand. And then their defense is young and hungry, and they're probably going to be even better this year because they have a lot of pieces returning that are going to be super, super healthy for them. So I don't understand why people are not high on them, man. Danny Denton Sutton may be maybe better than Abdul Carter. I guess we'll see. I'm interested to see what Devontae Ross from Troy does, though. But where they are deficient in recruiting wide receivers, they damn sure got 3 good ones. I don't know what Trevor Pena's deal was with Syracuse, but borderline getting kicked off the team. Well, the coach told him, if you care about money, this ain't the place for you. But he is a good receiver, big body guy. Go up there and really good contested catch percentage. He's going to be really good, right? So we shall excuse me, we shall see what happens with Penn State, but I agree with them being at number 1. So that's Joel Klatt's top 25, guys. Pretty good stuff. Tweet at Joel Klatt and say that we're big fans of him.